So, again, had the bodies and the athletes a few years ago, kind of struggled a little bit. We'll see what the Hawks can come up with this year. It's not right not seeing the Hawks in winning form and into the playoffs. We've been doing this a long time, and we've even got to do them down at the Memorial Stadium some years ago.
Yeah, Jeff Ashby, you mentioned him. He's been at the Central Catholic the past couple of years. Before that, he was at Giltner. He led the Giltner Hornets to a state championship several years ago. So Jeff Ashby, now the head coach of the Crusaders. Cornerstone, like you said, Clint Head, the head man for Hastings St. Cecilia. St. Cecilia finished 0-9 last year. They were beaten by the Crusaders in their opening game last year, 41-13. Central Catholic beat St. Cecilia the year before in 2023, beat us by the score of 27-14. St. Cecilia has lost 12 games in a row, including all 9 last year. They lost the last 3 games the previous season. In fact, their last win was back on September the 29th of 2023 when St. Cecilia beat Wood River by the score of 28-14. But they're going to run into a team tonight, Jimmy, that's got 10 offensive starters back on offense. They've got 10 offensive starters back on defense. And they're going to be led by probably one of the best quarterbacks in Class C2 in Grayson Sack, who threw for 2,046 yards, 24 touchdowns a season ago. He rushed for another 673 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's got all 3 of his leading wide receivers back from a year ago. And Connor Haney, he was one of the leading receivers, 39 receptions for 597 yards, 7 touchdowns. You've got Graham Staba, who had 36 receptions for 691 yards, and Jack Alberts, 35 receptions for 393 yards and 7 scores. So Central Catholic with plenty of weapons in this ball game here tonight. So it's St. Cecilia and Grand Island Central Catholic to begin the 2025 high school football season for us here in Grand Island on Extreme Sports. And Jimmy mentioned the weather, cloudy skies. Temperature is at 76 degrees here at game time. Winds blowing out of the south at about 9 miles per hour. Had a chance to talk with St. Cecilia head coach Clint Head. All right, Coach, after an 0-9 season a year ago, you got to be kind of anxious to erase the memories from a year ago, huh?
Yeah, we're excited to get back out and get going. We've had a really good camp, and we had a really nice summer. The guys have done a great job in the weight room. And it really started last October, when the season was over, us kind of rededicating ourselves to what we need to do. And so we're excited to see what happens Friday night.
A bigger, more experienced team, Coach, for 2025, and hopefully that pays some dividends for you.
Yeah, we feel like we're a lot bigger up front, I can tell you that. The guys have done a great job, like I said, in the weight room. Last year we had some guys playing for us, and they were playing as hard as they could, but they were playing at 155, 165 pounds. We've now got some kids that are up over that 200-pound mark. They've really pushed the weights hard, and we're excited to see what they can do.
Your offense is kind of a new-look offense. As we checked the starters for the opening weekend, your starting quarterback from a season ago, Aiden Schieffer, is now at a wide receiver. You've got Sabatka running back. What's going on with the offense this year?
You bet. We've changed things up a little bit. Obviously, when you go 0-9, you got to look at your personnel, and you got to look at what they can do and what you think they can do. We're going to run the football a little bit more, so that's why you put the big kid in the backfield. And like I said, the offensive line, we've kind of revamped it a little bit. It's going to be more of a spread option attack. It's going to have some spread principle to it, but a lot of option game to it. And we're kind of excited about that. The kids, it's really energized the kids.
Coach, you got a big 240-pound running back with those changes now with Sabatka moving back into the backfield. That's going to add a lot to your running game, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. We feel like we can get some movement in the middle with the 3 kids that we have in the middle that are pretty good size. And then our tackles, we feel really good about them. They're both 180, 185 pounds, and they move extremely well. And then you put a big kid like that behind them, and then you have some weapons out on the edge. You feel pretty good about what you're doing.
Moving Sheep around to a wide receiver. Of course, he was a quarterback last year, so what's he provide for you being on the outside there?
You bet. He's got some of the best hands on the team, if not the best hands on the team. He runs routes well. He's really physical. We can put him down as a tight end. We can split him out. He's really physical. He runs really clean routes, and he's taken the Greenquist kid under his shoulder, and they run a lot of routes together. So he's a real leader in that aspect. So we're excited to see what he's going to do on Friday.
Colin Greenquist, a sophomore, going to move in there to the quarterback position. Talk about him, Coach. What's he going to bring to the table for you?
You bet. The kid's played a ton of baseball, so he's a natural. He's a natural read guy. He makes really good reads. He can throw the ball well. And then he's just cool, calm, and collective all the time. I don't know if I see him smile that much, but I also don't see any other look on him. So he's pretty straight faced. And just gets to work. I really like the way that he works.
Coach, defensively, what have you seen from your defense during the preseason workouts?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a new defensive coordinator here, Ryan Baker. He played here. He comes to us from Columbus SCOTUS. I see a lot of energy in this thing. We're moving around a lot. I like our approach. I think we're going to be gap sound. I think we're going to be able to get some pressure on some people, and not just step back. And so I like the enthusiasm from that standpoint. We're better tacklers than we were a year ago. That was something that we really struggled with, and I feel like we're better tacklers.
Talk about your first 3 games of the season, Coach. We throw you right to the wolves, so to speak. Grand Island Central Catholic, Amherst, Kearney Catholic among your early opponents here this season.
You bet. Our non-district it's tough. I'm sure there's tougher ones out there, but it's really tough. GICC, from what I've seen, is rated 6. And then Amherst is always going to be a really physical team. GICC is loaded. They've got all their kids back. I think they bring back 10 of 11 or something like that. And they do a really good job of coaching those guys up. We're going to have our hands full, but we also know that we've gotten a lot better too. So they're going to be loaded. Amherst is always physical. I don't care if they say they're having an up here, a down here, whatever it is. They're always a very physical football team. And then we get to play Kearney Catholic, who brings, I think, almost everybody back too from a really good run they had last year. And Coach Harvey does a great job of coaching those guys. I think the last rating I saw, they were 3rd. And then after that, we get Bishop Newman here at home, who's rated number 2 in the state. So we're ready for it. I mean, we're going to be ready to go, and we're going to play hard, and we're going to get after it. And we're going to try to get better every week. I mean, that's the key to it, is getting better every snap and getting better every week. And that's how we're going to approach it.
All right, let's talk about Central Catholic, Coach. 6-3 a year ago. You're right, ton of experience coming back. 10 starters on offense, 10 starters on defense. Looks like a loaded team there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, it starts with their quarterback. The Sack kid is, he's a real deal. He's a great player, great leader. You can tell, when he puts the ball in his hands, they may call play, and if it's not there, he's going to find something else to do with it and make them successful. He also plays very well on defense, and then they've got 3 receivers out there that I think are really good, and then they're always tough in the offensive and defensive line. They've got some big kids. They're solid. They're aggressive. They're well coached. I think Stephen Dunham, who used to play at Hastings College, is their O-line coach. So I know he'll have those guys coached up and ready to go.
Talk about Sack, their quarterback, Coach. How do we contain him? He can both throw it and run it too.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we keep contained. That's the big thing. If you pressure, you got to keep contained on him. If you don't pressure, you got to keep contained on him. And then we got to get 11 hats to the football. There's no doubt about it. When he takes off, we need everybody rallying to that thing because we don't know where it's going to go.
Defensively, like we said, 10 starters back on defense, so a lot of experience on that side of the ball too.
Yeah, they do a really nice job. Like I said, they're super athletic, and so they do a really good job in coverage. Their D-line is always moving around. They create problems that way by the way they bring some pressures and by the way they move kids. And I'm assuming they're going to crank that up a little bit, having all the returners back. As a coach, you know that you can do a few more things than you did the year before. But at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to the O-lines and the D-lines and who can get it done.
Game plan for you guys, you just trying to stay in this thing, maybe series by series, and maybe have a chance to upset them there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go play after play. We're going to get after it. We're going to go play after play. We want to run the football. We want to reestablish line of scrimmage, and then defensively, like I said, we want to bring some pressure. We want to make it hard on them. We don't want to give up any big plays over the top. That's our concern. And if we can do those things and do it consistently enough, we'll be in this thing.
All right, that's Hastings St. Cecilia head coach Clint Head as he gets ready for a big one here tonight's season opener for 2025 St. Cecilia and Grand Island Central Catholic. Kickoff is coming up. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
If you experience heating problems this winter, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a locally owned family business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell back here in Grand Island here tonight, the 2025 season opener. Here's the run-up in the boot, and the season is underway. Central Catholic kicking off. Hastings St. Cecilia grabbing the ball, and they bring it across the 25 to the 26-yard line, and that's where St. Cecilia is going to start. First and 10 from their own 26-yard line. The starting lines for St. Cecilia, Colin Greenquist is going to be the quarterback, 160-pound sophomore. Andre Sabatka, who was a tight end last year, is going to move to a running back this year, a big 240-pound junior. Husker Worrell will also be in the backfield as the H-back, a 190-pound sophomore. Griffin Munter will be a wide receiver, a 160-pound sophomore. John Bykirk, another wide receiver out there for St. Cecilia. He's a 155-pound sophomore. St. Cecilia hands the ball away to Sabaki up inside. He gets a yard or two. Owen Price into the stop for Central Catholic. Aiden Schieffer, last year's starting quarterback, is now a wide receiver, 175-pound senior. But St. Cecilia, probably the biggest improvement during the offseason is the size of their offensive line. Jackson Pritchard, 230-pound sophomore. You've got Karsten Zwiener, a 220-pound junior. Trevor Lindauer, a 265-pound senior. Noah Lonegren is a 189-pound junior. And Ethan Schulte is a 185-pound junior anchoring the offensive line. St. Cecilia, again, pounding the ball up inside across the 30 out to about the 31-yard line. So there you go. Two running plays right off the bat, and that's going to be the MO, I think, for St. Cecilia this year.
Well, I'll tell you what, you picked a good one to start me out on. It's always tough coming in off the off season from the golf tournaments and everything, trying to get back into football mode, statistic mode, but you got a good one here. Sabatka with 2 quick carries, about 6 yards yielded. St. Cecilia looking at about a 3rd down and 4 here, but Sabatka, look at that body. He is huge, and he's got some good size in front of him.
Man comes in motion. Again, here's a handoff. A counter play comes to the near side, gets it to the 31, and he's going to be stopped short on the play. Owen Price is the guy who got to tackle. The ball carrier for St. Cecilia was Griffey Munter, one of the wide receivers coming back. Gets the handoff. He was throwing about a 2-yard loss. The ball is pushed back here to the 31-yard line. So St. Cecilia going to go 3 plays and outs on their opening possession. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 yards to go from their own 31-yard line. And St. Cecilia will have to put the football away here on their opening series.
Big boy in there punting. That's going to be Trevor Lindauer, a senior here for St. Cecilia. He's got a big frame on him, 265 pounds. And the ball goes between his legs into the end zone. Central Catholic scoops it up. Quick touchdown. Scoop and score for the Crusaders here. Just a special teams mishap. You hear that all preseason long. You've got to have everything clicking. Special teams, offense, defense. St. Cecilia comes up with the big turnover here early in this football game, and the Crusaders are on the board.
Connor Haney picks up the ball and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Just like that, a special teams mistake results in a quick 6 points here for Grand Island Central Catholic. That's not what you need when you're facing an explosive team anyway offensively.
Yeah, exactly. And that ball never did get back to Lindauer. That was low on the ground, and he's a big frame fella, not able to get it scooped up, and it goes right between his legs into the end zone. And now the PAT attempt here for Grand Island Central Catholic.
Garrett Watson is the guy that's out there that bangs the ball through the uprights. It is good. So the PAT is good. We've just lost our scoreboard down here in the end zone, but Grand Island Central Catholic goes out on top on a scoop and score here on a special teams mistake in the first quarter. We'll take a break with a score. Grand Island Central Catholic 7, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student-athletes.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell back here at Memorial Field in Grand Island. Again, we've lost the scoreboard down there in the end zone, so we'll wait momentarily. Hopefully we can get the power restored to that. We're early in the first quarter. St. Cecilia ran 3 plays. They were going to punt the football, and a special teams mistake as the snap did not get back to the punter in St. Cecilia is Trevor Lindauer. He was unable to pick it up. It was scooped up by Connor Henry, and he returns it about 5 yards for a touchdown. Whereas Central Catholic, the PAT was good. That's the way we stand here at 7-0. I don't have any idea how much time we have left on the clock here in the first quarter, but it's still early.
There can't be a lot ticked off. It was 3 and out for St. Cecilia on their opening drive, and you would think that they would have everything in this Taj Mahal that they have up here at Grand Island Senior High. They have redone the bleacher section. The whole press box is new. I remembered when you told me the other day what game we were doing. We have done a game here before, but that was when this was what would you call that old facility they had? A dump?
Yeah, it was not very good.
A dump. We'll call it a dump. But anyway, it was not very good. They had a lot of donations and a lot of fundraising efforts here at Senior High. And, man, this thing is gorgeous. It's an unbelievable facility, and man, these high schools are really cranking it up with the stands and the press box facilities. But we're in a great spot. But obviously, somebody must have kicked the plug out or something.
Well, everybody's got the first game jitters here.
Yeah, they're the next booth to our right is the area where they've got the scoreboard controller, and Tino Martinez is over there, and I don't know what Tino knows about electronics, but he's over there working on it. So they're not going to let us get going. This is just what we need, a delay into this game. But again, St. Cecilia starting out very slow. A couple of rushing plays to Sabatka. Man, he's a big kid. If they can get him just a little bit of a seam, I don't know if he's got much breakaway speed, but I wouldn't want to meet him in the hole. He is a big frame cat, and he'll run you over before he'll try to sidestep you.
As far as the other teams in Hastings tonight, Hastings High opened up the season last night on the road at York, turned the ball over 5 times in the ball game against the Dukes and lost to York in their season opener 21-0. Hastings High will take on Bennington coming up next week. The Adams Central Patriots, they are playing tonight in Minden against the Whippets. That'll be a tough opener for EC. They played a close game last year in the rain, and Minden was able to beat Adams Central. So they're playing tonight in Minden. 9:37. They got the clock figured out here. 9:37 is left on the clock. So Connor Haney scores on about a 5-yard return on a I can't even call it a muff punt because the punter never got the ball. He just picked up a fumble and ran it in for a touchdown.
Yep, just a bad snap. Just never got off the ground, rolled right between the punter's legs, and there you have it. 7-0 here, Grand Island Central Catholic, and we're ready to resume play. The kicker is into the football, and we're underway here.
Much better kick this time around. It goes through the arms of the return man for St. Cecilia. That was Thomas Beinkirk. It goes through his hands into the end zone. A touchback, so St. Cecilia will get the ball for the second time. Again, 3 running plays on their first series. They were in punt formation. The punt never got the ball away, so they find themselves now down 7-0 to the 6th-rated team in the preseason polls in the Class C2, the Crusaders of Grand Island Central Catholic.
Yeah, Sabatka with a couple of carries early in that drive, just 5 yards, and he'll be lined up right behind his quarterback, as he will pretty much the whole season, barring any injury.
Greenquist is the quarterback. He's going to hand the ball away, a little sweep to this near sideline, and he's going to be stopped as he reached the corner here. Running the football there for St. Cecilia was Griffey Munter. He is a 160-pound sophomore and got back to the line of scrimmage. There's a penalty flag down. It looks like it's going to be signal against the St. Cecilia here.
Yeah, going to be a legal shift on the Blue Hawks. So after pretty much a non-positive gain, they'll mark this off. They'll bring the football back just inside the 15-yard line. And 9:38 left to go. Here's 7-0 Crusaders. You talk about all the other high school teams in. Hard to believe. Summer flies by every year so much quicker. And we've got Bronco football we'll talk about through this broadcast. Hastings and Doane tomorrow in Crete. We'll talk a little bit more of that as the broadcast goes.
All right, Colin Greenquist, a sophomore quarterback in there for St. Cecilia. He's going to hand the ball away. Same play going the opposite direction. That's John Beinkirk running the ball there. He got the ball, he didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to take it to the left side. They didn't give him a yard, did they?
One. Fell forward.
They give him the 16-yard line. 2nd down and 14 yards to go. For St. Cecilia moving left to right here in the first quarter of play. 7-0 is the score. Welcome to the 2025 high school football season. You've got it right here on Extreme Sports. Boy, if you want to follow the experienced guys here, 26 years, starting our 26th season of broadcasting for you and I.
Yeah, that's
third one here on Extreme Sports.
That's a big number. I'm going to have to think about that one all night.
Greenquist again has got the ball. He fakes it. Now he wants to throw it. Throws it on the far sideline. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Just threw it up there for grabs at the 30, and it was picked off. Picked off there by Graham Staba, the quarterback. Staba, 5'11", 170-pound senior. He had 24 tackles a season ago. And he picks off a pass here in the second offensive series for St. Cecilia. So a bad snap on a punt and an interception. Your first 2 series of the season, Jimmy, and Central Catholic set up here at the St. Cecilia 29-yard line.
Yeah, I think Clint Head wants to hit reboot, start over. This is not the start that he wanted as Central Catholic very quickly.
There's an explosive machine. They throw it to the far sideline. Staba's got the ball, and Staba's going to take the ball into the end zone for a touchdown. One play. Wait a minute, we got a penalty flag down on the far side, right at about the 26-yard line. The quarterback, Grayson Sack, just threw it out in the flat there to Staba, and this baby is coming back. A holding call on Central Catholic.
That will nullify a 29-yard pass and catch. It was just a simple screen pass over to the outside right in front of the Hawk bench, and then just great wheels, but probably got loose in there because of that hold. That was right where the penalty flag was thrown, about the 22-yard line. He took it in pretty much unscathed, but they'll mark this off, so the Hawks dodge a bullet here. But, yeah, things couldn't start any worse for the Hawk offense. They had a special teams problem there in the first drive, and then that one there just threw it up for grabs. And he's going to learn as a sophomore, you can't throw that ball up just for grabs. There's too much good talent out there each and every week.
Same play. Staba throws it out there, and Staba gets it out to about the 30. Grayson Sack, that was the exact same play. Sack threw it out to Graham Staba. This time, St. Cecilia out there defensively. And it makes a stop. That's Ethan Schulte. He's in the stop for St. Cecilia. That was a pickup of about 4 yards in the play. So now Central Catholic looking at second down and 11 yards to go. Ball is sitting at the St. Cecilia 30-yard line. Just underway, under 8 minutes to go. First quarter, 7-0 is the score. Grand Island Central Catholic has got the lead. Grayson Sack up with a spread set here. 2 wide receivers each way. Sack waiting for the ball. He hands it away up inside across the 30, 25, still on his feet down to about the 23-yard line. Running the football there was Jack Alberts, the 191-pound senior for the Crusaders. The tackle was made by Andre Sabatka, who's playing both ways here for the Blue Hawks. He's playing at the nose tackle position. Sabatka, again, the 240-pound junior for the Hawks.
Just a quick handoff and a lot of speed right there. Up the middle by the running back. Picks up about 9 yards. Yeah, that was Alberts on the run. And again, Sabatka. It'd be interesting to check his conditioning. You always watch these early games with cramps and conditioning because these cats have been running in the humidity and everything.
There's Alberts again. He gets the carry. He takes it up inside. He only needed a yard. He certainly got to get that as he pushes the ball across the 20 to about the 19-yard line. So Jack Alberts with back-to-back carries there for Central Catholic. And they're not going to give him, or are they? Officials going to look here at the 19-yard line. Stop short. Ball is between the 19 and the 20. He's going to take the ball to the 19-yard line. This is 4th down now for Central Catholic. 4th down and less than a yard to go. Already with this 7-0 lead.
And that was all brute there with Sabatka. He was the one that was able to get a hold of Alberts and not allow him to get any positive yards. He will be a force in that middle. Conditioning and health-wise will be a big thing for Sabatka here. But here's a 4th and 1 here at the 20-yard line for the Crusaders.
All right, Sack is going to, we're going to have a penalty flag down. Delay of game against the Central Catholic. I don't know if there was some indecision about getting the play in or what. Took them a while to break huddle. They got up to the line of scrimmage and immediately whistled for a delay of game. So instead of 4th down in inches, now you got to 4th down in about 5 yards to go. 5 yards and an inch or two as the ball is pushed back out here to the 25-yard line. 4th down here for GICC.
Yeah, St. Cecilia will take it any way they can get it. They haven't been the football hasn't been passed about the 25-yard line here tonight on this end of the field, the north end here at Grand Island Senior High. And Crusaders look like a throwing situation here. They'll be forced out.
Yeah, here's a Sack. He's flushed out of the pocket. He throws it out here to Alberts across the 20 on the first down to about the 18-yard line. Tackle was made in there by the Blue Hawks. And in the stop there is Aiden Schieffer for Hastings St. Cecilia. Also John Bykirk in the stop there for the Hawks, but not before. Alberts picks up the first down on the completed pass. Central Catholic moves the ball down here to the 18-yard line. It's already a 7-0 ball game. Grand Island Central Catholic has got the lead. A scoop and score for a GICC on special teams. Inside handoff again. Alberts just runs over guys across the 15 down to about the 10-yard line. Good gain there. Tackle is made by Sabatka again for Hastings St. Cecilia. But Jack Alberts, he takes the ball down to about the 12-yard line. Give him a pickup of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 for GICC.
I can tell you between Sack and Alberts, that's a lot of their offense here for Jeff Ashby. Already 3 carries for Alberts in this game, 16 yards, 7 of them right there, as he's got Central Catholic with a 2nd down and about 3. They got to take it just about the 8-yard line to get the first.
There's an inside handoff again. Alberts looks inside, breaks it outside, and takes it into the corner end zone for the touchdown from 12 yards out. So Alberts, the workhorse on this drive, he takes it in from 12 yards out, and the Crusaders go out on top by the score of 13-0.
Yeah, 4 carries, 28 yards, capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. He also had 1 reception on that drive for 6 yards. So obviously he's the favorite for Grayson Sack, the quarterback. He was 2 for 2 for 11 yards, and the Crusaders are on the board again, 13-0. 5:04 left to go. PAT pending.
Garrett Watson back in there to attempt a PAT. Ball is down, kick is up, it is through the pipes, it is good. So the Crusaders have turned 2 mistakes into 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter. And it's a Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead. 5 minutes and 4 seconds to play first quarter. Grand Island Central Catholic 14, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
5 Points Bank has been proudly serving the Tri-City area for decades, and we are continuously finding ways to make your banking experience easy and enjoyable. We offer the best of both worlds with kind and welcoming employees in the bank while creating a strong online presence to accommodate your busy lifestyle. Our innovative technology adds layers of security while being easily accessible to all age groups. Stop into the Better Bank to learn more today.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Boy, mistakes kill you early in football games, and it's 14-0. Hastings St. Cecilia is falling behind here to the 6th-ranked team in Class C2. There's the kickoff. The ball is going to be returned here by Thomas Bykirk as he takes it to the far sideline across the 20 onto about the 23-yard line. So 2 mistakes, 2 touchdowns, and Central Catholic rolling early. And this one is 14-0 Crusaders.
Well, the one thing that you can't coach in the preseason ball is mistakes. You can talk about them a lot. You can do fumbling drills and whatnot, but just the things that have been handed, that St. Cecilia has basically handed Central Catholic has been, you just can't teach them, and you got a lot of youth out there, a lot of nerves out there tonight. A lot of these kids, first varsity start here as the Hawks take over. 3rd possession of this game.
There's a inside handoff here, and that's not going to go too far either, as you've got Grady Zexter. Zexter taking the ball inside, and now we've got Aiden Schieffer in there at quarterback for St. Cecilia. So last year's starting quarterback is now in there replacing the sophomore quarterback in Colin Greenquist on the 3rd series of the 2025 season.
Well, and again, we talk about butterflies. You're a sophomore. You've been playing JV ball basically through your freshman year, and you get the starting nod. There's a lot of butterflies. Now we got the big boy Sabatka on the wing on the far side of the formation. Now we got movement all over. Central Catholic was jumping up front. I'm not sure whether one of the Hawk linemen flinched a little bit. We'll see what they call here.
Yeah, penalty flag on the far side of the field. Looks like they're marched things off against the Crusaders. We talked to Clint during the preseason workouts, and he said that Sabatka will be moved around a little bit. We saw him in the first 2 series at running back. He was a tight end last year for the Hawks, and was pretty successful. He had 26 catches for 268 yards and a couple of touchdowns. So we're going to see him at running back. We're going to see him as a tight end. We're going to see him as a wide receiver. They're going to move him all over the place. But Schieffer is in there now at quarterback for St. Cecilia, as he started the ball game as a wide receiver. He was a starting quarterback last year for the Hawks. He takes this and hands it away straight ahead across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line. So everything has been pretty much been on the ground. We had that 1 interception and the 1 attempted pass thrown by the Hawks. But now St. Cecilia looking at 3rd down here. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Ball is on their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, not much for offense for the Hawks here in this game. 6 carries, just 9 yards against this stingy Crusader defense. And then the lone pass here tonight was a interception by Colin Greenquist. And again, what do we got going on? We're just waiting for the play to be signaled in.
Well, St. Cecilia is going to try to shorten this game, obviously.
Absolutely.
And they're waiting to use up all the clock they can here. Schieffer has that one go right through his hands. It is loose back here at the 18. Then he is drilled back here at the 15-yard line. That snap was high to the quarterback, Schieffer. He had to go back and chase it down. Then he was drilled back here by the Crusader defense all the way back to the 17-yard line. And where is the game reset button, Jimmy? This is gone south in a hurry here.
Yeah, what do they got that game that's out there? Not PlayStation. What is the
EA Sports?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if I was Clint Head, I would want to erase everything and start over. That was a 15-yard loss, and now we've got the big boy in there, Lendauer, and he gets the snap, and that one's blocked. There was more Crusaders in there than there was St. Cecilia Blue Hawks, and the Crusaders have another special teams touchdown on the block punt.
Owen Price picks up the ball on the block punt and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Crusaders are out on top of St. Cecilia now by a score of 20-0.
Boy, and you know those coaches over there for St. Cecilia trying to come up with any scheme or anything they can, I would be looking right now at your long snapper, because that is 2 snaps back to the punter in Lindauer that have been errant. And that one there, then no blocking up front. He was smothered up in the PAT coming here from Central Catholic. That is a low little hook, but it's in there through the pipes. So just that quick, 2:22 left to go here in the first quarter. The Crusaders own a 21-0 lead. Nothing has gone right for St. Cecilia here in this first quarter.
3 mistakes, 3 touchdowns by the Crusaders. They will take a break. The Crusaders have the lead. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
5 Points Bank has been proudly serving the Tri-City area for decades, and we are continuously finding ways to make your banking experience easy and enjoyable. We offer the best of both worlds with kind and welcoming employees in the bank while creating a strong online presence to accommodate your busy lifestyle. Our innovative technology adds layers of security while being easily accessible to all age groups. Stop into the Better Bank to learn more today.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw back here in Grand Island at Memorial Stadium. It's been a dismal start for the Hawks here after losing all 9 games last year, Jimmy. They start the 2025 season with a lot of optimism, but we're at the end of the first quarter nearly, and we got 3 mistakes, 3 touchdowns by your opposition. You find yourself down 21-0.
We've been doing this long enough. We know what a lot of the keys are to a victory, but I'll guarantee you these aren't a key to a victory. A block punt, a scoop and score, and an interception, all in your end of the territory for St. Cecilia. 3 big mistakes. Central Catholic has taken advantage of them. Now we'll see what personnel we have out there. A lot of the same that we had. Schieffer is in there. No, Schieffer's not in there. Quarterback.
Greenquist is back in there after setting out the last drive. Greenquist is going to carry the ball, but he's smothered back here at the 16-yard line. Greenquist is thrown for a loss. So St. Cecilia playing behind the chains here. It is second down. We'll call it a loss here of about, 4 yards, second down and 14 yards to go for the Hawks.
Yeah, I was looking. The line personnel is the same, and then they had Sabatka lined up in that little tight wing on the far side of the field. He has not been in the backfield other than the first 2 carries that he had. St. Cecilia now 8 offensive carries, minus 9 yards. They look at a second, and we'll call it 12.
Greenquist, he backs up. He wants to throw the ball. He throws it out here. It's incomplete. Trying to get it out here in the flat here to John Bykirk, but he overthrows the ball. Back in coverage for the Crusaders was Thomas Schneider, the Mike linebacker for the Crusaders, a 6', 190-pound junior. Recorded 58 tackles a season ago for Central Catholic. They finished 6-3 last year and missed the state playoffs a year ago. But I'll tell you what, this is a team that could cause a lot of noise throughout the 2025 season.
I was going to say, you looking up and down their roster, there is a lot of talent, a lot of guys back from last year's team, and they believe in Coach Jeff Ashby. He's been successful about everywhere he's been.
Here's a Greenquist. He throws the ball here. It's going to be overthrown. Sabatka, the intended receiver, back in coverage for the Crusaders was Jack Alberts. And just like that, it is 4th down for the Blue Hawks. 4th down and about 14 yards to go. Ball is sitting on their own 18-yard line. We've got 1 minute and 33 seconds to play in the first quarter.
If I was Trevor Lindauer and it was down on the ground, I'd turn and run out of the end zone. But he's such a big kid, I don't know that he could get to the paint before the defense gets through there. That one's a much better snap. He does get that away. Nice high punt right at midfield.
Return here by the Crusaders across the 45 to the 42-yard line. Returning the ball there is Braylon Wolf for GICC. They're going to put down a high-powered offense right in St. Cecilia territory down here at the 41, already leading by 3 scores, 21-0.
Yeah, they've started when the offense has been out there. They have started in Blue Hawk territory every drive. Remember, there's been some turnovers. They had the ball, the scoop and score. They'll start here at the 42-yard line. The Crusaders with 39 yards of total offense already as that pass is overthrown to the intended receiver, but it doesn't sound like a lot, 39 yards. They haven't had far to go to get their touchdowns as they'll look at a 2nd down and 10 here, 1:22 left to go on the clock till the second quarter. It's 21-0 Crusaders.
Sack trying to get that ball to Thomas Schneider, who was overthrown. So 2nd down and 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 42-yard line of St. Cecilia here in the first. Sack drops back. Here comes the pressure. Sack scrambles out of there. He takes the ball across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line of St. Cecilia. Tackle is made in there by Noah Lohengren for the Hawks, a 189-pound junior. So now for the first time tonight, Central Catholic looking at a 3rd down situation. 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. Sack with the ball. Sack in trouble. He's hit and down he goes back here at the 40-yard line. That is the big boy and Andre Sabatka getting through there. He records the sack back here at the 40, and now GICC looking at 4th down and about 8 yards to go from the St. Cecilia 40-yard line.
Very good job with St. Cecilia. They had receivers that were going to the outside trying to just swing pass to the far side of the field, and the intended receiver was all covered up out there. That was out on coverage was Schieffer. That was a great job there. Closed that up, and then the quarterback and Sack just had to eat it. And Sabatka, he's a big guy. Once he gets a hold of you, he's got like a hamburger in his hand. He'll take a big old bite out of you.
4th down, Central Catholic can go for it. Sack sets up a little screen. Alberts grabs the ball at the 40, 35. He's got the first down across the 30, down to the St. Cecilia 29-yard line. So just a little screen set up to Jack Alberts, who has made his presence known here in the first quarter. Grabs the ball. He picks up the first down and more as he takes the ball down to the St. Cecilia 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders.
Look at the tempo now as Clint Head will call timeout here. But the end of the quarter, that will get you a timeout. But the Crusaders were already the line of scrimmage ready to take a snap. We'll move to quarter number 2 and with some commercials coming.
All right, we'll take a break. 1 quarter in the books tonight here in high school football. A 2025 season opener here on Extreme Sports. It is Central Catholic 21, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
When it comes to helping you protect what's important to you, you can trust the licensed independent insurance agents at Klein Insurance of Hastings. No matter what type of insurance you need, from auto to home to farm and crop, Klein Insurance will get it covered. They'll help you find the right policy for your specific situation. Klein Insurance has been in business since 1959 and is locally owned. Same-day quotes are available. At Klein Insurance, you'll get years of expertise, attention to detail, and exceptional customer service. Klein Insurance, 710 South Burlington in Hastings. Call 402-463-1256.
If you're planning to build a new home or add an addition to your existing one, trust the experts at Gangwish Construction. From general contracting, basement pouring, to bathroom remodeling, concrete work, and deck building, they handle it all with precision and care. They take pride in doing the job right the first time, every time. Contact Jeff today at 402-460-0013 and experience quality craftsmanship with Gangwish Construction.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at Memorial Stadium in Grand Island, 21-0. The Crusaders out on top of Hastings St. Cecilia. Central Catholic with the ball. Here's Alberts on the pitch to the near side. He's going to be run out of bounds. They had a completed pass right at the beginning of the second quarter. That was the second play of the second as they run the option play to the short side of the field, and Central Catholic knocking on touchdown door. They've got it down here. First down and goal at the St. Cecilia 6-yard line.
Central Catholic not going to let me get any numbers out there. Very quick to the line of scrimmage. That was for Alberts, a 14-yard gain. They got him down inside the 5-yard line.
Alberts gets the call again. This time he's going to be wrapped up, and down he goes back here at the 9-yard line. Tackle is made in there by Noah Lohengren for the Hawks, the 189-pound junior.
First loss of the night for Alberts. That was a good defensive job penetrating the hole there. Sabatka, one of the guys in there, he's going to be a force all year long, brought him down for a loss of 1. Totals in the first quarter for Central Catholic, 51 yards on 9 plays. For the Hawks, 11 plays, minus 9 yards. We'll get you some more right after this play.
All right, here's a sack and a throw. The ball is going to be off of the fingertips of his intended receiver right at the goal line. So he can bring up a third down and goal situation for GICC.
For Grayson Sack, that's his first incompletion of the night. He is 4 of 5 now for 31 yards. And the leading ball carrier, Jack Alberts, with 7 carries and 63 yards already here in this game as the Crusaders look at a third down and 8. We'll get you what little bit of numbers I can get you for St. Cecilia right after this play.
Third down goal from the St. Cecilia 8-yard line. Sack has got it. Sack dancing his way to the line of scrimmage. He's into the open across the 5. He breaks it to the outside. He takes the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. It's from 8 yards out. 8-yard touchdown run there by Grayson Sack. The fourth touchdown scored by GICC here in the first half, and it is now a 27-0 ball game. The Crusaders with a lead with a PAT pending.
Second rushing touchdown here in this football game for GICC. PAT pending here at the 10:47 mark till halftime, but the Crusaders have tacked on another 6.
PAT is going to be up there. It is going to be good. We will take a break with 10 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the second quarter. All Crusaders here tonight in the 2025 season opener. GICC 28, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island. The lawyers of Stellick Law Firm have over 90 years of combined legal experience. Our firm specializes in family law, personal injury, probate and estate planning, as well as real estate and corporate law. Stellick Law Firm believes in getting to know our clients and finding the best way to serve you. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Stellick Law Firm is ready to work for you. Let us be your voice.
This is Patrick Mahomes, and you are listening to Extreme Sports.
Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw back here in the Grand Island, 28-0. Crusaders have the lead. There's the kickoff, the return here by St. Cecilia's Thomas Bykirk. He brings the ball out here to the 30-yard line. That's where St. Cecilia will start.
Tell you what, you're not kidding. You're big time. You've got Brent Musburger on. Now you got Patrick Mahomes, that off-season acquisition.
Well, we got leaders following leaders.
Well, that's exactly right, and that's good to hear. I am waiting for all the favorite person out there, the Swifties, because last night they were all hanging out in the suite at Arrowhead there. Travis Kelce and his new fiance. St. Cecilia back with the ball here at the 30-yard line.
It's going to be Schieffer back in there at quarterback as well as Schieffer hands the ball away. They get the ball to the 34. St. Cecilia, like I said, no offense so far in this ball game against GICC, minus yardage in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3 passing. Those 3 passes were from Greenquist. One of those was intercepted. Rushing 8 carries, minus 9 yards. A lot of those come on a bad snap to the quarterback Schieffer. He had to kind of go back and cover it up with a 15-yard loss. So minus 9 yards of offense for the Hawks here. They did pick up about 3 yards there. They'll look at second down and about 7.
Schieffer is going to hand the ball away. They bring it across the 35 to about the 38. St. Cecilia will be looking at a third down situation. Has been advised the Nebraska volleyball team. They beat Lipscomb tonight in 3 sets. So the Huskers now 3-0 in the season. They'll take on nationally ranked Kentucky coming up on Sunday in that Broadway block party down in Nashville. They'll play Sunday, 11 o'clock. You can see it on ABC.
You're not near as tired as I thought you might be here tonight with the game running late last night. I'm sure you were up for the whole thing.
Got a little nappy in just before.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you can do that nowadays.
Third down, 3 yards to go here for St. Cecilia. Still looking for their first down of this ball game. Schieffer has got the ball, and he's not going to get there. He is stacked up in the backfield, and down he goes, busting through there for Grand Island Central Catholic was Jackson Gangwish, a 5'11", 180-pound sophomore. The first to get to Schieffer. He's thrown for a loss back at the 35, and St. Cecilia will have to punt the football away on 4th down and about 7 yards to go.
Yeah, the best couple of plays that St. Cecilia had were their first two to get them into a 3rd down and about 2 situation, and then the defense came from the backside, and they bring Schieffer down for a 3-yard loss. So now St. Cecilia, now they'll have a new punter in there. Have to get a number on him.
Got a new punter in there for St. Cecilia. Braylon Wolf is back deep. Wolf is going to grab the ball at the 28. Dances away across the 30 to the 35. Brings the ball on the near sideline. Look out. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40 down the sideline. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. He is brought down at the 12-yard line. Braylon Wolf, a great return here. Grand Island Central Catholic can do no wrong in his first half of play as a Wolf takes the ball down to the 12-yard line. And the Crusaders are threatening again, already leading by the score of 28-0.
One guy to beat, and that was Grady Zexer. He was the punter on that situation for St. Cecilia, so that replaces Lindauer, who had started as the punter. But that ball was fielded at the 30. That is a 58-yard return, and a good thing for Zexer. He kept him out of the end zone, but boy, Grand Island Central Catholic at point-blank range here at the 11.
All right, so the Crusaders go back to work. This is Grayson Sack. Remains under at quarterback here for GICC. Backs up, stands in the pocket. Flushed out, throws the ball into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. One play, caught for the touchdown. That's Haney grabbing the ball. A 12-yard touchdown pass thrown from Grayson Sack to Haney. And now it is a 34-0 ball game. The Crusaders have the lead.
42 yards now on 5 of 6 passing for Grayson Sack, and that one there, that was just easy. He rolled to the far side of the field, seen his receiver running free down there, just lofted it in the air, let him run right underneath of it. Another 6, and now the PAT is down. The kick is up, and it is good. And they start the running clock in the first half.
Wow.
34-0.
That one must have been missed.
Must have been. They
PAT, no good.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought they raised their arms, but, boy, couldn't not the start that Clint Head and his staff was wanting to have for his Blue Hawks here this season. This has been just a runaway train.
They did finally put the point up there, 35-0.
Okay, yeah.
We'll take a break, 8-11 to play here in the second quarter. Central Catholic 35, St. Cecilia 0. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
5 Points Bank has been your hometown bank for over 40 years, and now you can take us wherever you go. Mobile Deposit allows you to deposit checks from your smartphone or tablet with our free business banking app. And never pay for an ATM charge again with our MoneyPass app. It maps out ATMs near you that won't charge a fee because of its partnership with 5 Points Bank. We're here to serve you in person and online, and that's why we're the better bank.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
Mike Will, Jimmy Purcell, Gene Shaw back here, the 2025 season opener. 35-0. Grand Island Central Catholic has got the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia. To kick off the return, Hawks bring it to just shy of the 20-yard line as they will take back over here and try to get something going here offensively.
Might not hurt to have that running clock happen here. We've got some weather moving in from the northwest that has a lot of red into it.
That's not good. Here's Schieffer. He hands the ball away straight ahead to the 20-21-yard line. Running the football there for St. Cecilia was John Bykirk. He gets a yard, maybe 2, as he bounces his way to the 21-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
I don't know what it is about you and me and weather delays. We've been in a lot of them.
Yeah, we've had a few.
We've had some that have lasted. No, we've had one in Fairbury. We had to go back down the next day.
Yeah, that one lasted all night.
Yeah, it did.
That's the last thing we need.
Oh, boy.
All right, 2nd down, 8 yards to go, 7:35 to play here in the second quarter. St. Cecilia trailing in this ball game by a score of 35-0. Schieffer backs up. He's got time. He's going to air it out down the near sideline and overthrow. Oh, the ball is going to be picked off. He overthrows his man, and the ball is going to be picked off here by a Central Catholic with the interception is Braylon Wolf, the guy who had that punt return just a minute or so ago. Wolf gets the interception, the second INT for St. Cecilia in this ball game.
Well, and Schieffer rolled to the near side of the field, just kind of lofted that in the air, left a lot of air underneath of it. The safety was able to get over there, and he had a lot of time, a lot of running space to get over there, and he just gets ahead of the receiver, brings it down, picks it off across midfield, going to be spotted at about the 43-yard line with 7:21 left to go to halftime. Boy, all Crusaders here in this opener, 35-0.
Last year, the Crusaders beat the Hawks 41-13. Year before that, St. Cecilia losing to GICC 27-14. Nothing has gone right for St. Cecilia tonight. There's a throw out here to the near side. And grabbing the ball for Grand Island Central Catholic was Dalton Ewers. And now Jeff Ashby's already got some new faces in the lineup here, leading by a score of 35-0. That was a pickup on the completed pass from the 43 out to the 50-yard line. A pickup of 7 yards in the play. Second down, 3 yards to go. Oh, Central Catholic moving from our left to our right here in this second quarter play. Sack stays in there at quarterback Grayson Sack as he hands the ball away up inside across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line. Pick up of a couple of yards on the play.
I think that's Jackson, Jackson Gangwish. The Grand Island Jackson Gangwish into the game for Jeff Ashby. That handoff gets Central Catholic about 2 yards, inches close to the stakes across midfield to the 48-yard line. Going to bring up third down and 1 on the Hawk side of the 50.
35-0. Jackson Gangwish now there it's a quarterback for Grand Island Central Catholic in replace of Grayson Sack. Here's a handoff straight ahead. First down and more across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. First down again for GICC. They will move the stakes. Tackle is made in there by Noah Lohnegren for St. Cecilia, the 189-pound junior outside linebacker for this Hawk defense. First and 10 here for GICC. Wide receiver splits out wide to the left side. Ball is on the near side hash mark. Here's a Gangwish. Throws the ball out here. It's going to be caught. Nice move with the 40. Down the sideline 35. Down to about the 32-yard line. Dalton Ewers again with the reception there for Grand Island Central Catholic. Tackle is made in there by Lauren Uradell for Hastings St. Cecilia, but not before Central Catholic is marching toward the goal line again. They've got the ball at the 32-yard line of St. Cecilia. 35-0 is the score. Boy, if you're late getting to the broadcast here tonight, you can say, oh, boy, what happened?
Yeah.
It's been mistakes so far for St. Cecilia.
Yeah, that has doomed them early in this ball game, and now this offense for Central Catholic really doing what they do best, move up and down the field.
Here's a Gangwish, throws the ball out here. It's going to be caught 35-30 down to the 25-yard line. Pickup there of about 7 yards on the play. And St. Cecilia will be looking at Central Catholic looking at third down and a short here. Or second down and short. That was the first down play. Second down, 2 yards to go. Ball is sitting here at the 25-yard line of St. Cecilia with 5.5 minutes to play first quarter, or first half.
Yeah, Crusaders 67 yards through the air for both the two quarterbacks. Rushing the football, 63 yards of rushing for Central Catholic. They really have not had an issue moving the football against this Hawk defense.
There's a fake here, and now a little shovel pass thrown. It's going to be incomplete. They fake the ball up inside to Cesar Garcia, who's into the ball game now as a running back. Your quarterback, Jackson Gangwish, rolled to his left and threw a little shovel pass to the far sideline. That was incomplete, so you bring up a third down situation. Get weather moving in from the northwest. They anticipated some heavy and strong thunderstorms to develop tonight, and they're heading this way with 5 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Yes, they are.
The skies are starting to darken to the northwest here. Here's a Gangwish, quarterback keeper. He takes the ball across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. It should be enough for a first down. It is. That's a Lauren Uredell again into the stop for Hastings St. Cecilia.
That is first down number 7 for GICC here in this football game. But, again, they have been hitting on all cylinders. Jeff Ashby has got his team very well prepared for this upcoming season. I know they've got lofty goals ahead of them, but, boy, they are an electrifying football team.
Gangwish now with the wide receivers left and right. Gangwish has got the ball. He's going to run it himself. Quarterback keeper. He tries to pitch the ball out here, loses it, and is going to be recovered there by Cesar Garcia for the Crusaders. It's going to turn out to be no gain in the play. So the inexperience there of Jackson Gangwish, the sophomore quarterback for Grand Island Central Catholic. He does probably not a smart move there, an advised play.
Yeah, I'm sure that will get. He'll be have a coach in his ear when he comes to the sidelines after that play. That you can't have that happen. That was just a sloppy pitch trying to make something happen. As the Crusaders look at a second down and 10, no loss on that play.
Here's a Gangwish quick throw to the near side, caught at the 19 and then rustled down. The pass came out here to Staba, and he's rustled down immediately there by Hastings St. Cecilia. And the stop there for the Blue Hawks was Talon Widener, who's into the ball game now, inside linebacker for the Hawks. He was out there immediately. In fact, a 1-yard loss in the completed pass. We'll call it 3rd and 11 now for Central Catholic. They've got the ball at the St. Cecilia 21. 3:15 to play here in the second quarter. 35-0. Hawks have got the lead here over, Crusaders have the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia in this first game of the season. Jackson Gangwish moving some guys around. Here's Garcia, Cesar Garcia with the ball. He dances away across the 20 to about the 18-yard line. This is going to be far short of a first down. And now the Crusaders will be looking at a 4th down situation here. 4th down. And about 9 yards to go. They just give them the 19-yard line.
Kind of out here in no man's land, probably. Oh, no, they're going to line up for a field goal here.
36-yard field goal attempt coming up here for Grand Island Central Catholic. This is Garrett Watson, who's banged home 4 extra points so far here in this one, or 5 extra points. His 36-yard field goal is up there. It's up there. It is good. A 36-yard field goal now for Hastings for Grand Island Central Catholic. They increase their lead with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the second quarter. We'll take a break. It's now the Crusaders 38, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sunday special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the weekend.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, 38-0 is the score. Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead. The kickoff is hit down along the ground. It's going to be covered up finally by the deep man there in Griffin Munter for the Hawks. He's down at the 21-yard line. Wow, 36-yard field goal by Garrett Watson. It's a 38-0 ball game. The Crusaders out on top.
Hawks still looking to get out of the negative category. That's good when you're golfing. If you're minus, not in football, minus 5 yards total for the Hawks. They are their 2 quarterbacks have each had an interception. They're 0 of 4 passing. Each had a pick. We've not been able to run the football. That's just been tough going here. Tight set here for St. Cecilia. Now another mistake, a fumble.
Greenquist was, I don't know if they were just going to kneel on the thing or what. But Greenquist is up under center. He fumbles the football, but he falls back on top of it. No gain in the play. 2nd down and 10. St. Cecilia might be setting up the white flag and is hoping to get back to the bus and talk things over here in the first half, trailing by a score of 38-0 here in the season opener. Not the way you wanted to try to break a 12-game losing streak in football.
No, just an awful start. Mistakes, and not many penalties. Just been errant snaps and a couple interceptions. Just not a good start here for the Hawks.
This time they hand the ball away, and that is going to be stacked up immediately at the line of scrimmage. No gain in the play, and it's now 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. Safe to say, I was out to several practices during the preseason camp. They were pretty high on what they saw in preseason workouts. They got everything done they wanted to, but it didn't translate from the practice field to the game field here tonight. Right off of the bat, they had a mistake on a punt. The ball did not get back to the punter. It was scooped up, and the Central Catholic scores, and it's like plugging the dam because they had an interception in there.
Yeah, the floodgates were opened.
Here's Greenquist. He wants to throw the ball. He throws it downfield, and that is going to be picked up, but a penalty flag down. Return here across the 45 to the 40 to the 38-yard line. Ball is picked off here by Braylon Wolf, but again, a penalty flag is down.
I think this will probably be pass interference prior to the interception. We'll see what the official was right there. Johnny on the spot. Flag setting right at the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line.
Greenquist threw it up there, and it was picked up by Wolf. It's going to be a pass interference against the Crusaders, so St. Cecilia will get the ball back here. They'll march off some penalty yards.
You know, you've got to win in all categories. It usually helps. Tell you what, the Hawks are winning in the penalty category.
That's the wrong one.
I know it is, but baby steps. Trying to find positives here as the Hawks pick up their second first down of the night.
All right, so with the pass interference, they bring the ball out here to the 37 with 37 seconds to play second quarter. There's a Sabaka. He's got it, and he's going to be throwing for a loss back here at the 36. Little counter play there to Sabaka, throwing for a loss of about a yard. It's now 2nd down and 11 yards to go. High school football coverage here tonight on Extreme Sports. Catches on all the social media sites. You got the video feed working tonight, so if you'd like to watch it as we watch it here from Memorial Stadium in Grand Island, just click on the video button on one of our social media sites, and you'll be able to get a video feed of what's going on here. Now time expires, and that is the end of the first half of play. Hawks cannot get back on the bus soon enough to talk things over. First half has come to an end. All Grand Island Central Catholic will take a break. The Crusaders out on top of Hastings St. Cecilia. Grand Island Central Catholic 38, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football coverage tonight on Extreme Sports.
Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, 207 South Burlington, is the place for all your rehabilitation needs. PTSR offers a wide variety of services, including orthopedic, neurological, and sports injury rehabilitation. A certified hand specialist is available for the more delicate upper extremity injuries. Warm, aquatic therapy, and balance training is also available. PTSR has a strong industrial services division providing physical and functional capacity testing, as well as drug and alcohol screening. Please visit our website, ptsrhastings.com.
Did you know that one of the most important financial protections that you can provide for your family is to have a will? Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island can help you provide and make your last wishes known when your family is at its most vulnerable time. Call Stellick Law Firm today to get your estate plan completed. Stellick Law Firm is located in Grand Island, and you may call us at 308-675-4035 to get your estate plan started today. Stellick Law Firm. Let us be your voice.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill has been serving Hastings and the surrounding area for more than 25 years. And it is more than just another bar and grill. It is a Hastings institution. Do not miss Tijuana Tuesday, an all-you-can-eat taco and nacho buffet. Every Wednesday night is Wing Night, featuring legendary wings that are crispy, saucy, and downright delicious. Stop back on Thursday for roasted chicken, on Friday for the prime rib and seafood buffet, and on Saturday for Bullseye's world-famous prime rib. On Sundays, enjoy the brunch buffet from 10 until 2. For over a quarter of a century, Bullseye's has been your go-to spot for good times, great food, and unforgettable memories. Find Bullseye's Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at Memorial Field in Grand Island, 38-0. It's Hastings St. Cecilia trailing Grand Island Central Catholic here at the break. Central Catholic can do no wrong here. St. Cecilia can do no right. St. Cecilia turns it over on their first offensive possession. They were in punt formation. They fumbled the snap. Back to the punter, was picked up by Connor Haney. He takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Following the point after, 7-0. Crusaders had the lead. St. Cecilia throws an interception on their next possession. 6 plays, 30 yards. It was Central Catholic back in the end zone. 12-yard touchdown run by Jack Alberts. Makes it 14-0. Then it was a block punt for St. Cecilia. And Owen Price, he picks it up and takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Point after was good, so 3 turnovers in the first quarter, 3 touchdowns. The Crusaders led 21-0 after just 1 quarter. Central Catholic getting on the board again early in the second. 8-yard touchdown run from Grayson Sack. Made the score 28-0. Crusaders then got a nice punt return of 58 yards. Got him in the scoring position again. 1 play later, Grayson Sack threw a 12-yard touchdown pass to Connor Haney to make it 35-0. And the Crusaders at a 36-yard field goal at the 2:16 mark of the second quarter. 36-yard field goal by Garrett Watson. And that's the way we stand right now, 38-0. It's Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead here over Hastings St. Cecilia.
Yeah, the Crusaders putting up some pretty impressive numbers for the short drives that they have had here this evening. Looking at passing, they've had a couple of quarterbacks going at it here in this first half. Grayson Sack and also Jackson Gangwish here tonight. Those 2 quarterbacks have combined 9 of 11 passing, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. That's off the arm of Grayson Sack. Rushing the football for the Crusaders, 14 carries, 63 yards, so 128 of total offense on 25 offensive plays. We look at some individual leaders for Central Catholic. The running back in Jack Alberts, he's done it on the ground and through the air. He's got 3 receptions, 18 yards, and a touchdown. He's also rushed the football 6 times for 43 yards. He's accounted for a touchdown there. The Crusaders with 9 first downs and 4 penalties in that first half of action. For the Blue Hawks, Mike, it's just hard to overcome this. They've given up a block punt. They had a bad snap and a scoop and score. Thank you for the utilities kicking on our lights up here. I was beginning to think I was going to have to use my cell phone light because the clouds continue to move in, and it's getting rather dark here to the north. Anyway, a scoop and score. They've had an interception. They also give up a 58-yard punt return all in the first half, and that's set up to Central Catholic scores here in this football game. But again, we look at the Hawks' numbers. The two quarterbacks, and Schieffer and Greenquist, have accounted for 4 passes. They're 0 of 4 passing. Each one of them has thrown an interception here in this football game. The Hawks have rushed it 14 times for minus 4 yards. So 18 offensive plays and minus 4 yards for the Blue Hawks here in this football game. 2 first downs and 1 penalty for the Hawks. Leading ball carrier in the game. Care to take a guess? We're going to give that to our the big man here in Sabatka. Haven't used him a whole lot since the first series, but 3 carries. He's the only one that has positive yardage. 3 carries and 4 positive yards for Sabatka here in the first half of action. But the Hawks find themselves trailing 38-0 here at halftime. We'll keep an eye on the weather. It is moving in from the north, so we'll see what happens.
All right, some other scores going on. Holdridge has got the lead over Lexington 3-0. As we mentioned, the Central Catholic here with the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia 38-0. We've got the Pierce Blue Jays leading Aurora tonight 14-8. Minden has got a lead over Adams Central 22-14. Kearney has jumped out on top of North Platte 21-0. Sidney with a lead over Cozad, 21-0 there. It is Wilcox-Hildreth. The Falcons have got the lead in their ball game tonight. It's Wilcox-Hildreth with the lead over Maywood Hayes Center, 30-6. Nothing in yet on Donovan Trumbull and Amherst. Some of the other games also underway. Kearney Catholic has got the lead over St. Paul early. It is 13-0. 38-0 is the score here. Hastings St. Cecilia is trailing Grand Island Central Catholic, the season opener for us high school-wise here tonight on Extreme Sports. We'll begin our exclusive coverage of Hastings College football tomorrow. Jimmy and I, Gino will be on hand in Crete. Doane University, as Doane will take on Hastings tomorrow, 6 o'clock starting time, 5 o'clock for a pigskin preview here on Extreme Sports. Earlier today, had a chance to sit down with a head man for the Hastings College Broncos in Matt Franzen. Spent a couple of minutes with Hastings head coach Matt Franzen as the Broncos open up their season tomorrow on the road playing in Crete against the Doane University Tigers. And Coach, nothing better opening up against one of your conference rivals here for the 2025 season.
Well, you know, this is our week 0, just like it is for the high schools, even though everybody in high school is playing on week 0. They still call it week 0. Only about half of the GPAC is playing this weekend, maybe even less than that. So we had an opportunity to move the Doane game up. We actually were going to play later in the season. I contacted Coach Johnson and asked him if he'd be interested in playing it this week because they didn't have a week 0 game. So he was all in, and so obviously we're gonna play it here to get things started. But good way to start the season. It'll be a neat atmosphere over there. The only thing I would change is playing it at home, but this year we don't get to do that. So but this will be our only night game this season, and you know, the Huskers played on Thursday, so hopefully there's a lot of people from the area that are able to come over and check it out.
Not playing any non-conference games this year, which has been a little different from in the past, but I think your schedule sets up a lot better this year than maybe what we had last year, where we didn't have really a weekend off.
We played 11 in a row last year, and that was coming off of last season. That was part of the thing. You know, we might have swung the pendulum back too far the other way this year. We'll see how the season goes, but we were exhausted and beat up last year at the end of the season after 11 in a row. I think we just wanted to go home and sleep for a week. And so we came into this season and said, you know, first off, we don't need to play 11 games. That the last 2 years, that extra game, like literally that first game against Peru State, we walked out of beat up. We had injuries, some that we never really recovered recovered from until we were late in the season. And so we decided to take that game off the slate. 10 games is enough. If we're a playoff team, we can get there in 10. You can get there in 9 if you go 8-1. But you have to play at least 9. You can't play more than 11 is the NAIA rule to be playoff eligible. So anyway, we're playing 10 and opening it with Doane, who I think both teams look at this as a good opportunity with a good matchup to start the season off on a good note. So we'll get her going and then we'll head in. We play 6 in a row and then we have a bye week and then we'll play 3 more and then we have 1 more bye week before the finale at the end of the season. So it'll give us a couple opportunities to rest and regroup as we get into the back half of the season.
All right, what about the season? Optimistic on what you got coming back and looking forward to it?
We're very optimistic. Maybe, we're not overconfident, but sometimes I wonder, okay, we're coming off of a 2-win season. Is it right to feel like we're a contender? I guess I'd rather feel this way than the opposite going into the season. But, we've had some nice additions join us since last season. We have some players back from last season that we didn't have for a lot of the season due to injury that are healthy. And I think with those 2 factors, we've got, I think you're going to see a nice product on the field. And I think the culture is in a good place. Our players, our upperclassmen have really jumped into that leadership role in the off season and taken more ownership than what anybody had last season anyway. And hopefully you'll see that in how we take this season on.
Doane is a team that's in the second year under their new head coach. You expect that they might have things more together than maybe the last time we saw them last year.
Well, they're coming into the season, I think, probably knowing much more who they are, who they want to be. The first year, a year ago, as a first time head coach in a new program, it takes you half the season just to figure out which way is up. And I think we saw that from them last year. Unfortunately for us, the second half of the season, they figured some things out and won some games, one of which was ours. And so, going into this season, they're going to come in with that kind of mindset, having a much better idea what they want to be and that. So they'll be a better team overall, I think, than what they were a year ago. I have no doubt that we're going to be much better than we were a year ago also.
What type of team will Doane be? What do you expect out of them?
Well, the one thing that we told our team, you don't know going in. You can look at the 2 deep and you recognize a few names from last year, and there's a lot of new names also. But the one thing I do think is they're going to play really, really hard, especially at the home opener. They're going to bring a ton of energy. They're going to have a great atmosphere. They're going to play really hard. That's what I know for sure. So, they're not going to come in flat. And so anyway, we're going to do the same thing. I think one of the challenges for both teams might be to not get too over the top. Let's not get too overhyped, and let's not burn up a whole bunch of energy that we don't need to. Let's go in and execute. And football is a sport where, yes, you want to play at a certain level, but if you let yourself get too high, you can forget the details that are important. You forget the football. And so anyway, so we need to keep ourselves kind of level, but the atmosphere is going to be pretty electric.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Matt Franzen, head coach for Hastings College. Again, kickoff for the game tomorrow night will be at 6. Pigskin preview begins at 5 on Extreme Sports.
Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab of Hastings is the trusted name in sports injury management. The staff of PTSR provides up-to-date and efficient care of sports-related injuries, returning athletes quickly and safely back to the playing field. PTSR offers free evaluation of all sports-related injuries to all area athletes during convenient 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. hours Monday through Friday. Call 402-462-8824 for more information. Remember, Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab of Hastings for all your physical and occupational therapy needs.
Have you or a loved one been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Hi, I'm Mitch Stellick from Stellick Law Firm in Grand Island, and we specialize in personal injury law. Let Stellick Law Firm assist you in making sure that you and your family are taken care of following a motor vehicle accident. Call us today at 308-675-4035 to schedule your appointment. Let us be your voice.
If you're looking for auto glass work, call Auto Glass Experts of Hastings. Jeff and Brent have over 60 years of combined experience. They can fix your glass in just about anything from your car or pick up to heavy-duty repairs on your truck or farm equipment, tractors, loaders, graders, or semi-trucks. No other glass repair and replacement business comes close to the high standards of quality and customer service you'll find with the Auto Glass Experts. If you've just got a little ding in your windshield, they offer rock chip repair. Give them a call today at 402-463-0025 or stop in and see them at 405 West J Street in Hastings.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this. We're trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
All right, welcome back to Memorial Field in Grand Island tonight. Our high school football season opener for 2025. Nothing going right for Hastings St. Cecilia. They're trailing Grand Island Central Catholic here at the break, 38-0. As St. Cecilia will kick off to begin this second half of play. So 38-0. Mistakes all over the place for St. Cecilia throughout the first two quarters. We'll see if they can get at least some positive things going here in the second half. The kickoff here by the Hawks. Return here across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. That's where GICC will start their offense running in fine gear here for the season opener.
Well, they haven't had to take the ball a significant distance to get in the end zone. They're taking advantage. What good teams do, take advantage of mistakes by the opposing team, and St. Cecilia has had plenty of them. Total yards, 128 of total offense, 65 through the air, 63 on the ground for the Crusaders. Their quarterbacks have thrown for a touchdown. They've had a couple rushing. They've scored on some special teams mishaps by the Hawks here in the first half.
Here's a Grayson Sack back in there at quarterback, eludes one tackler, runs over a tackler, and brings the ball across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Nice run there by Grayson Sack, the starter back in there for GICC. Eludes one guy right on the edge, runs over another guy, and eventually picks up about 6 yards in the play.
4 carries now, 17 yards for Sack, the starter that got the nod from head coach Jeff Ashby to start the game out. Boy, he really managed the game very nicely for what little bit he was in there. I don't anticipate seeing him a long time here in this second half of action.
All right, it's a second down situation here. Sack in the backfield with Albert. Sack backs up. He throws the ball down the left sideline. The ball is caught and then dropped out there. The intended receiver out there for Grand Island Central Catholic was Braylon Wolf. Wolf had it in his hands and fell out of there. It's an incomplete pass, and it brings up a third down situation.
Yeah, Wolf had a Hawk defensive back in his hip pocket. That was Rosno, Drake Rosno, another Rosno in the long line of Rosnos at St. Cecilia. So good job on coverage. Third down and about 3 for the Crusaders.
There's
movement all over.
Yeah, we've got penalty flags all over the place. By the way, we got a running clock here in the second half already with the score sitting at 38-0. So not only are we chasing rain that's expected to move in here in the next half hour, they tell us or so. Now we got a running clock. It's not because of the weather. It's because the score is sitting at 38-0.
Yeah, now we just got a special weather statement. Strong thunderstorms will impact the area about 8:45. That's about a half hour.
All right, here's a Sack. He wants to throw the football. He's under pressure. Penalty flags go down as Sack goes down back here at the 30-yard line. Tackle is made in there by Trevor Lindauer, the 265-pound senior for the Hawks, but we'll check out the penalty flag. And the indication is it's going to go against the Crusaders. So that's going to push the ball back here. 9:35 to play in the third quarter. 38-0. It's Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia.
That's the sixth penalty for the Crusaders here tonight. You look at the radar, and St. Paul is covered up in green. We've got that red batch out here to the west of St. Paul, and when I hit Progressive, there you see it coming down into the to the area. So we've got our facility here is opened up like a great big old barn door. If we've got to get her shut down in a hurry, we got troubles.
All right, we're at the 9:20 mark of the third quarter. St. Cecilia is going to get the ball here as it's going to be punted here by Central Catholic. Nice punt. It's going to bounce along the ground, and they're not going to pick it up. It's going to fall dead back here at the 23-yard line. So St. Cecilia will get the ball here. First down and 10. They'll have it for the first time here in the second half, trailing by the score of 38-0 here in this ball game. And again, not much for St. Cecilia offensively in the first half.
No, just 18 offensive plays, minus 4 yards. That's 2 through the air, or actually 2 interceptions through the air, no completions. There's been completions. They've been just to the wrong team. And minus 4 rushing for the Hawks here. They have just virtually had nothing go right for them here. Special teams, they've had a block punt. They had a scoop and score on a snap. They've had an interception, 2 interceptions, and they give up a 58-yard punt return, and they hand that off right up the middle. It'll get them, a yard or 2 maybe?
That's Sabatka. He's going to get the start back in there. He's been shifting all over the place. A running back. He's lined up as a wide receiver, but now it's Sabatka as he carries the ball for a couple of yards across the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. Second down and 8 yards to go. Pickup of 2 on the last play there by Sabatka.
Yeah, that'll be Sabatka's fourth carry of the game, just 6 yards. Again, they'd really like to get him going. He's just such a big frame kid. They could use him in a lot of different areas out there, but they need to get some yards with him.
There's another running play to Sabatka. It's the handoff from Colin Greenquist. Again, the Crusaders they're just daring the Hawks to throw. They're just loading up the box here. They know that Sabatka's going to get the ball, and there's just not a whole lot of running room in there for Andre Sabatka. A pickup there, maybe of a yard. We'll call it third down, 7 yards to go. 7:20 to play here in the third quarter from Memorial Field in Grand Island. It's a 38-0 ball game. Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead here over Hastings St. Cecilia. Both ends in tight. A little wing set up to each side now for St. Cecilia. Sabatka in the backfield. There's a pass. Oh, he's going to be drilled. Greenquist is drilled back here. Coming off of the edge. A sack back there inside the 20-yard line. In fact, he fumbles the football, and the Crusaders are on top of it. Greenquist was nailed on the play. He fumbles the football and is recovered there by a Central Catholic. And the Crusaders have got the ball at the St. Cecilia 18-yard line. So the sophomore quarterback, welcome to the big leagues. He is drilled here, Jimmy, and down he goes and he fumbles the pig.
He had no chance there. The blitz was coming from the far side of the field, and all he could do is look through his face mask and see it coming. Took a big shot down around the 17, 18-yard line. Ball falls loose. 1st and 10 here, Crusaders inside the red zone.
Sack has got the ball. Sack pumps the arm. He wants to throw. He does. It's going to be incomplete. He throws it to the near side. The ball was thrown low there by Sack. Mason Vasquez was the intended receiver. Vasquez, a 5'11", 151-pound junior for the Crusaders. So an incomplete pass. Second down and 10.
That is just what is that, third? Yeah, no, fourth incomplete pass by the 2 quarterbacks for the Crusaders. They've been very efficient here this evening. St. Cecilia did have a pretty good rush on him there that made him deliver that ball a little bit quick. 2nd and 10 here, GICC.
Sack hands the ball away. Alberts has got it. He's going to be stacked up on the play. Alberts, nothing doing there. Andre Sabatka is in on the stop there for Hastings St. Cecilia. A loss of a yard in the play. Third down and 11 yards to go. Clock running here. Running clock in the second half. 38-0 is the score. Grand Island Central Catholic has got the lead over Hastings St. Cecilia. Third down and 11. Sack with the ball. Runs it to the near side. Pitches the ball back. Alberts has got it 15, 10, 5-yard line. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. He takes the ball in from 18 yards out. It's another score here for Grand Island Central Catholic to begin this second half.
for Alberts. That is his second rushing touchdown. He's also got one through the air. He's done a little bit of everything here this evening. He takes the late pitch from his quarterback sack, and then it was just simply a foot race to the goal line. He gets in from 18 yards out. PAT pending. They got 44 on the board, and now a high snap. And I don't believe, no, they didn't get that one away. So first botched snap by the Crusaders. That's really the only thing they've done wrong here, Mike, in this football game. They've done everything else pretty much point on.
All right, Crusaders score here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. 4:57 to play in the third. Central Catholic 44, Hastings St. Cecilia nothing. You're listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, back here at Memorial Field, there's a kickoff. The return back here by St. Cecilia. That's Thomas Bykirk running the ball back for the Hawks. 44-0 is the score. Hastings St. Cecilia is trailing here in this one, 4:38 to play here in the third quarter.
Well, that might have given the crowd that has made their way over here a little bit to cheer. That's probably the biggest burst we've had. 16-yard return by Bykirk. Takes it out across the 30-yard line. So St. Cecilia with a 1st and 10 here from the 33-yard line, 4:17 and counting in quarter number 3.
All right, Greenquist back out there for St. Cecilia. He's going to hand the ball away. Bykirk and that little reverse as he brings the ball to the 35-yard line. So not much there, and that's been the story so far for St. Cecilia offensively here in this football game. Pickup of 2 on the play, second down, 8 yards to go. The Hawks moving from our right to our left here in quarter number 3. Last check, Minden had the lead over the Adams Central Patriots in the other game going on involving the Hastings schools tonight. Hastings High opened up the year last night by losing to York by a score of 21-0. There's a call to Sabatka, and Sabatka is going to be brought down as he reaches the line of scrimmage here. Tackle is made in there by a Central Catholic. Getting the stop is going to be Owen Price. So Owen Price gets the stop. He's 6'3", 201-pound sophomore for the Crusaders. Involved with the 34 tackles a season ago. 3:09 to play third quarter. 44-0. Hastings St. Cecilia trailing GICC.
Yeah, St. Cecilia just stands in the huddle down there, just trying to allow as much time to run off this clock as possible before they get penalized here. Clock down to 2:50 and on the move here in the third quarter.
Waiting for the snap. They got Schieffer back in there at quarterback now. The pitch back comes here, and Central Catholic reads that, and down he goes. They take it to the right side. Running the football there for St. Cecilia was Grady Zexter. Zexter has got it, and
it'll be a penalty on St. Cecilia, blocking chop block. That'll be the third penalty for the Blue Hawks here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be declined because the result of the play was no gain, or they lost one. So they bring the ball back here into the 33 as we bring up a fourth down. Fourth down, St. Cecilia will have to punt with 2:29 to play here in the third quarter.
I do notice the markers up on the goalposts. They're pretty much lifeless here a little bit ago, starting to get a little movement as we continue to watch the Storms move in from the north.
Here's a high snap brought down this time. St. Cecilia's had some problems with the special teams. That time they got the ball away. Fair catch is called for. Back here for a GICC. Brennan Wolf makes the fair catch, and here comes the Grand Island Central Catholic offense back out here, leading by a score of 44-0 in this football game. Boy, the first part of the season here for St. Cecilia is not easy. Grand Island Central Catholic tonight, Amherst next week, Kearney Catholic following that, and then Bishop Newman.
Oh, boy.
So, thrown right into the frying pan here for the 2025 season.
Grease is hot before you even get the season going.
Yeah, 3 of those teams are ranked in the top 10. And Amherst is always good. First down and 10 yards to go. Central Catholic with the ball on their own 33-yard line, moving left to right here in this third quarter with a big lead. Some new faces back in the lineup here for GICC, and now we got a penalty flag down. We're going to have a motion penalty here against the Crusaders.
Yeah, going to be a delay of game. Jackson Gangwish back in there for Jeff Ashby at quarterback. He spells Grayson Sack. I believe he'll be done. And here's one thing that we haven't seen for a while. That's with the cooler temperatures. Usually you see that when you got a little more heat, but first cramping situation, that's Sabatka. He goes down, and look at him walk. He looks like me walking with my knees.
Yeah, Sabatka, left leg is cramping up, so he's played both ways. He's played a lot of minutes here.
About every snap, I believe.
Yeah, so he's going to go off the field here and work out a cramp. We're down to 1:10 to play in the third quarter. It's a 44-0 ball game. Hastings St. Cecilia is trailing GICC. So Jackson Gangwish in there at quarterback. They flip the ball away, and that reverse. Here's running the football. That's going to be Wolf with the ball, I think, across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Raylan Wolf carrying the ball. Wolf, a 5'7", 142-pound junior. He's knocked out of bounds here. That's going to be John Bykirk knocking him out of bounds right here in front of the Crusader bench.
Going to be a penalty on GICC here again. So when you get the new faces in, they're anxious. Going to be a legal motion on the Crusaders. Going to cost them some more yardage here as the clock stops on penalties.
Hastings College football for you tomorrow here on Extreme Sports. We'll be in Crete. Season opener for the Broncos. Hastings and Doane. Kickoff at 6 tomorrow night. 5 o'clock for the pregame show. Pigskin preview here on your exclusive home for Broncos sports for the 2025 season. That's Extreme Sports. There's that little reverse pitch. Is going to go to Bykirk again. He's going to upend it, and down he goes at the 21-yard line. A loss of 3 yards on a play. Central Catholic now looking at a third down situation. They've got the Etzel heading in the wrong direction here. Third down and 21 yards to go for Central Catholic. And that's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter as we're down inside to 10 seconds to go. Central Catholic standing in the huddle. We're down to 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Running clock here in the second half. A quick moving third quarter. It's in the books. We'll take a break.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beer, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul. On Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maletta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right, back here at Memorial Field in Grand Island. It is a 44-0 ball game. Hastings St. Cecilia trailing Grand Island Central Catholic. The Crusaders throw a ball out here to the near sideline. We got a penalty flag down as they get the ball to the 27. We got a penalty flag down.
There'll be a horse collar here on St. Cecilia's. Albert's got the ball, was going out of bounds, and the Hawk on him grabbed a hold of the back of his shoulder pad area. Yep, there's the call, horse collar. So they'll march off some more yardage for GICC. Through three quarters, the Crusaders are 9 of 12 passing, 65 yards. They have one touchdown through the air, 18 carries, 84 yards. That gives them 149 of total offense, 30 offensive plays. We look at St. Cecilia in the football game. We've talked about it, not a lot. 0-4 passing, 2 interceptions, 19 carries, now minus 6 yards. So 23 offensive plays, minus 6 yards.
Not going to get a whole lot done there.
No, it's not.
All right, we're in the fourth quarter. 44-0. Hastings St. Cecilia trailing Grand Island Central Catholic. We got rain, some heavy thunderstorms moving our way. And hopefully with any luck at all, we're in a running clock situation anyway. So
yeah, I hope we don't see any lightning in the area.
So it's second down here. Grand Island Central Catholic moving from our right to our left here in the second half. Jackson Gangwish hands the ball away. That's Alberts with the ball. Slides through there across the 45 to the 50 inside Blue Hawk territory. He moves the ball down to the 48-yard line. First down again for the Crusaders.
10-yard gain by Albert. That adds to his totals in the football game. Trying to get them here. 9 carries now and 70 yards for Alberts.
Backer into the stop for Hastings St. Cecilia on defense. The Crusaders move the ball into Blue Hawk territory again. First down and 10 from the 48. Jackson Gangwish hands the ball away. That's a Cesar Garcia. He's going to be stacked up on the play right at the line of scrimmage. Getting through there for St. Cecilia is Karsten Zwiener. Zwiener, the 220-pound junior for the Blue Hawks. 1 yard gain, second down and 9 yards to go. Clock running, 10:15 to play. Fourth quarter, 44-0. Hastings St. Cecilia with the lead. You see this jersey back here. Tyson Abronic is going to get ready to wear the Grand Island Central Catholic jersey at a bet that he made with an individual up here in the Grand Island. Here's Jackson Gangwish gets outside, brings it down the near sideline. He's going to be run out of bounds across the 40 down to about the 37.
Penalty flags. I've got a question about that. I see that jersey laying there now. Now, is that Tyson's? Because he was a
Blue Hawk.
He was a Blue Hawk, but he has to wear the Central Catholic.
Yeah, he'll be wearing the Central Catholic jersey all day Tuesday, including on our show.
On your show in the morning.
Our Huddle Up show. Then he's going to also wear it during, he teaches class out at Central Community College. He'll wear it out at CCC all day. So they have a friendly little wager each and every year. Whoever wins between St. Cecilia and Central Catholic, they have to wear the opposing jersey if they win. If they lose.
That's cute.
So now Tyson will be, so you might want to join us Huddle Up on the Tuesday morning. He'll be donned in, what number is that, 23?
23, yeah.
23, he'll be in his
good looking jersey.
His Crusader.
I think I would wager smarter, Ty.
All right, so Central Catholic has got the ball now at the 32-yard line. Inside handoff, busting through and across the 30 to the 25 to the 20 and down to the 14-yard line. That is Cesar. That's a new man into the ball game now. No, that's Cesar Garcia as he moves the ball down to the 15-yard line. First and 10 here for the Crusaders. Already leading 44-0 in this ball game.
Yeah, just hand it off. Just trying to get with the clock continuing to move, just trying to get this thing over with so we can get everybody out of here. But that was a good job blocking by the second and third teamers. Open up a nice seam, and Garcia picks up a quick 17 yards down to the 15-yard line.
All right, here's Jackson Gangwish. Fakes the ball to Garcia, throws the ball into the end zone, overthrown. Had a man out there and overthrows him. Mason Vasquez, the intended receiver, on the slant coming from the far side. Incomplete pass. Got to bring up a second down situation here. So 2nd down and 10. Ball is down here at the St. Cecilia 15-yard line. You're just joining us. 3 mistakes for St. Cecilia in the first quarter. Central Catholic takes advantage of all 3 with touchdowns. They led 21-0 after the first quarter. You get the picture. It's now 44-0. The Crusaders out on top. Here's Jackson Gangwish hit as he throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete. St. Cecilia getting some pressure that time. Knocks down Jackson Gangwish, making some pressure. There is Lauren Yurdell busting through there. Knocks down the quarterback Gangwish. Passes Aaron to the far side. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10 now from the St. Cecilia 15.
Jackson Gangwish, he has shown some signs of being a pretty good quarterback, just a sophomore. He'll be handling the JV duties, I'm quite sure, for Jeff Ashby and his squad, but you never know what will happen. You've got to stay fresh on the varsity level. Things happen all the way through a season. It's a very physical game.
Here's a Gangwish. He's got the ball. Quarterback keeper around the right end. Hit at the 16. No gain in the play, maybe a loss of 1. Now it's going to bring up a 4th down situation. 4th down and about 11 to go. Again, Central Catholic with a lead here in this one, 44-0. Going to go for another field goal attempt. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Jared Watson nailed a 36-yarder toward the tail end of the first half. Here's the 33-yard field goal attempt. It's up there. It's off of the left side. No good. So the Crusaders are kept off of the scoreboard here. High school football coverage tonight brought to you in part by Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings, by Gangwish Construction, by Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, and by Reuter Auction and Midwest Farm Management. Thanks to all the sponsors for helping us out for the 2025-2026 season. The list is a lengthy one. It continues to grow here.
You know, I was going to tell you, I mentioned it to you on the way up. See a lot of the posts on Facebook. Great job by the sales staff. And thank you to all the second and third round of sponsors re-upping. They're happy. They're happy with what's going on with Extreme Sports.
We've got 7 or 8 brand new ones that's joining us for this season. Here's a St. Cecilia with the ball now, bringing the ball across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carrying the football there was Husker Worrell. Worrell, a 190-pound sophomore for St. Cecilia. We're down to 6:45 to play in the game. Running clock here in the second half. 44-0. It's a Grand Island Central Catholic with a lead.
One of the longest games from scrimmage there. A 6-yard run off the right side. Gets the ball across the 25-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 4.
Ball is on the near side hash. They hand the ball away, and they're crushed back here at the 25-yard line. Husker Worrell running the football, but he was crushed there by 2 or 3 Crusaders. Getting through there for GICC was Brandon Cloud. Cloud, a 222-pound junior for GICC. 3rd down now, 3rd down, 6 yards to go. So Hastings St. Cecilia will have to try to rebound this week. Get ready for Amherst coming up next week. Amherst. Then they've got Kearney Catholic. Then they got Bishop Newman, all in the first half here of the season. Now we got a timeout. We'll take a break. 5:44 to play in the fourth quarter. Grand Island Central Catholic 44, Hastings St. Cecilia 0. You're listening to high school football tonight on Extreme Sports.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at HamiltonIsBusiness.com.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, St. Cecilia with a pass there. It's going to be caught, and It's a completed pass to Sabatka out there, and he picks up the first down. So Sabatka goes tumbling down as he brings the ball out to about the 33-yard line. Those have been far and in between for St. Cecilia tonight, but a first down here. They will move the sticks at the 5:19 mark.
Well, at the end of the year, I'll have a little trivia contest, and I'll ask you who caught the first pass completion in the Grand Island Central Catholic game.
For a first down?
For a first down.
Yeah, Andre
That
Sabatka.
would be Andre Sabatka. 9-yard reception. First completion for the two Hawk quarterbacks, and they move the chains.
All right, first down and 10 here for St. Cecilia. Inside handoff there for the Blue Hawks. That's going to be Grady Zexter, who's into the ball game now, carrying the mail as he moves the ball across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. So a short pickup. Second down here. Second down at about 6. Pickup of 4 for Grady Zexter.
Hawks now out of the hole yardage-wise. Got 8 yards on 3 carries here in this fourth quarter. Unfortunately, to no avail. Going to be near the 4-minute mark here in this ball game.
All right, so a second down here. There's a running play. Running the football there is going to be a Schieffer who's back in there at the quarterback and nothing doing there. I think that was a play that was not executed.
Busted.
Well, it was a busted play because Schieffer turned around and the backs were going in the opposite direction.
They were going the other way, and he had nowhere to go, so he took it right up the left side, and there was plenty of guys there from the Crusaders waiting for him. Third down and about 6 yards to go. Clock down to 3:46 and counting as rain continues to get closer here in the Grand Island area.
Schieffer's got it, low snap, drops the ball, picks it up off of the turf, runs it near side, cocks the arm, throws it incomplete. Sabatka, the intended receiver, out here at the 45-yard line. Pass was thrown long. Back there in the coverage for GICC was Braylon Wolf. And now it's a fourth down for St. Cecilia, 4th down and 6. The ball is sitting on their own 38-yard line with 3:15 to play here in the fourth quarter.
St. Cecilia was checking out what personnel. Looks
like a punt formation for St. Cecilia.
Oh, yeah, punting situation.
So St. Cecilia will punt the football away here, trailing by a score of 44-0. Pierce continues to lead Aurora 21-8 in high school football tonight. There's the kick. Bounces at the 30, and it's going to be down here at the 27-yard line. Central Catholic will get the ball. Kearney with a lead over North Platte, 28-0. Sydney leading Cozad at last check, 21-0. Kearney Catholic with the lead over St. Paul, 30-0. Scotts Bluff leading Northwest, 13-0. Some other games going on in high school football action here tonight. 44-0 here. It's Grand Island Central Catholic with the lead. Minden now has a lead over Adams Central, 36-14. So the Patriots going on the road tonight. They're losing to Minden, 36-14.
By number 59,
44-0 here. 1:49 to play in the fourth quarter. There's a long loss by Central Catholic.
Yeah, that was a 9-yard sack there as Jackson Gangwish just wisely ate the ball, but a good job by the St. Cecilia defense.
There's a inside handoff. That's Garcia with the ball as he brings it across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. This just in, Grand Island Central Catholic is a pretty good football team. Future opponents, beware.
Yeah, they've got a good line up front. They can run the football. Their quarterback in Grayson Sack, he stays healthy. He's going to be something. He's got a host of some big receivers out there too. So they've got can definitely make some noise here and see.
All right, we got wide receivers all over the place. Here's a pass thrown out here by Jackson. Jackson Gangwish, he gets it to Garcia. He motors his way across the 25 out to the 27-yard line, and the penalty flag goes down. Come on, Mr. Umpire. We got 42 seconds to play in the game, and it's 44-0. We got a penalty flag down here. Looks like it's going to go on the Blue Hawks. Here's the indication. It's going to be a face mask call there on St. Cecilia, so a penalty marched off. Don't forget Hastings College football for you tomorrow here on Extreme Sports. Broncos opening up their 2025 season in Crete against Doane University. Pigskin preview begins at 5 tomorrow afternoon. On the air with a kickoff at 6 o'clock tomorrow is a good time heading down to Crete. We'll have the game for you right here on your exclusive home for Broncos sports, and that's Extreme Sports. 40 seconds to play. This is probably the final play of the ball game. 44-0. Central Catholic with the lead. They swing the ball out here. Grabbed at the 30. That's Garcia with it. Brings it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. We're down to 20 seconds to play. It's going to bring up a fourth down situation here. Fourth down and about a yard and a half to go. I don't think the Crusaders will have to snap the ball again, and that's going to be your final score here tonight. Running clock in the second half, all Crusaders here in this football game here tonight. They turned 3 mistakes in the first quarter into touchdowns, got to a 21-0 lead, and the Hawks were never really in this one tonight as they lose to Grand Island Central Catholic by a score of 44-0. Back with a recap after this. You're listening to high school football coverage here tonight on Extreme Sports.
Since 1946, Cully Pipe and Steel continues to meet the pipe and steel needs of greater Nebraska and Kansas. Cully Pipe and Steel is a one-stop shop for all of your pipe and steel needs. Cully Pipe and Steel stocks a wide variety of steel and plumbing products. From custom steel products to structural steel, rebar fabrication, steel fabrications, and retail and wholesale plumbing parts and fixtures, remember Cully Pipe and Steel of Hastings. They're located at 405 West South Street and the plumbing showroom at 300 South Colorado in Hastings.
At Sustainable Seed Solutions, your area Beck's dealer, we are dedicated to serving area farmers by delivering the industry's most diverse product lineup, backed by personalized service and agronomic support. From localized recommendations to product selection and weed management insights, we are proud to put on our boots and walk side by side with you every season. Good luck to all area teams this season. Contact Ryan, Doug, or Adam at Sustainable Seed Solutions, your area Beck's dealer, at 402-751-0089 for more information, or find us on the web at sustainableseedsolutions.com.
Fill up on courtesy and convenience with Fill In Chill, your one-stop shop to fuel your tank, your body, and your passion for the game. With 14 locations across central Nebraska and 6 in Hastings, they've got you covered, whether you're on your way to the game or headed home with a win. Check them out on Facebook or at fillinchill.com.
Not just an RV center, but a legacy. That's what Dykeman's Campers was to Hastings and the surrounding communities for the last 75 years. Built on honesty, quality, and attentive sales and service. While Dykeman's Campers have set the bar high, we at Timmy's RVs are looking forward to carrying on the torch of excellent customer service and rapport. Timmy's RVs is now open, just behind the old Dykeman's location on Highway 6. Stop in to see Herb for all of your RV service needs. And don't forget to get your RV or camper in for winterization. Timmy's also has year-round covered storage available. Give them a call at 402-879-8893. That's Timmy's RV Sales and Service of Hastings.
You are listening to high school football on Extreme Sports.
All right, back here at Memorial Field in Grand Island, 44-0, the final score here tonight as Hastings St. Cecilia loses to the Crusaders of GICC.
It started off bad for St. Cecilia with the mistakes early in this ball game, and it just the snowball got going downhill big time for Clint Head and his troops that just weren't able to overcome the adversity. Jeff Ashby's got a tremendous football team, and be curious to see how they progress on down through the season. We'll get you the Crusaders numbers here. The two quarterbacks combined passing 12 of 17 for 85 yards. They threw one touchdown. That was off the arm of Grayson Sack. Rushing the football, 23 carries and 105 yards for Central Catholic. 40 plays and 190 yards of total offense. 11 first downs for the Crusaders. They were penalized 7 times in the game. Their leading receiver and ball carrier tonight was Jack Alberts. He ends the game with 4 receptions, 24 yards and a touchdown. He rushed the ball 9 times for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Alberts. For St. Cecilia, in the football game, we talked about it all night. It was just tough getting anything going. The two quarterbacks combined for 1 of 6 passing, 9 yards. 2 interceptions. Both quarterback each threw a interception here tonight. Rushing numbers, 24 carries, no yards for St. Cecilia here in the ball game. So 9 total yards on 30 offensive plays. The Hawks with 3 first downs. They were penalized 5 times in this football game, and their leading ball carrier tonight was Andre Sabatka. He finishes with just 5 carries and 7 yards here in the football game. So as Clint Head talks to his staff and his team down below in the south end zone, they've got a lot of wood to chop and a lot of work to do in this game. And you talked about the schedule. They have the 3 upcoming games are going to be just as tough, if not tougher, than what they faced here tonight. So a daunting schedule to start the season out for Clint Head and the Hawks.
Yeah, first quarter, a muff punt, an interception, and a block punt. Bam, just like that, you're out of the gates trailing 21-0 after the first quarter. And you get the picture. It was 38-0 at halftime. We had the running clock in the second half. Central Catholic getting a 18-yard run in the second half from Jack Alberts to make it a 44-0 ball game. That's the way we end here tonight. GICC with a win over Hastings St. Cecilia. More football coming up tomorrow. Hastings College at Doane. We'll have a pigskin preview beginning at 5 tomorrow afternoon. The kickoff at 6. We'll have exclusive coverage of Bronco sports again for you throughout the 2025-2026 season right here on Extreme Sports. Yet the final score in this one, it was Hastings St. Cecilia losing to Grand Island Central Catholic. Final score 44-0. For Jimmy Purcell, for Gene Shaw, I'm Mike Will, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Grand Island.
You have been listening to an exclusive presentation by Extreme Sports. If you missed portions of today's game, you can download our podcast on x-streamsports.com.
That's a very popular show. I'm hearing a lot of rave reviews about that. Texas-Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith, player to score first TD, 7-1 odds. Keep an eye on that tomorrow. Anyway.